Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. 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 Every day I'm hustling.
Hey, Daddy.
You fight with nobody.
This a dollar beat. This a dollar beat.
BoxingWords.com.
You won the belt with nobody.
BoxingWords.com.
This a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter.
BoxingWords.com.
Payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look this guy. There's a plan to go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingWords.com.
Because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
BoxingWords.com.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs. Today, we're going to be unpacking Eddy Reynoso's latest interview where he gave us so much information into the future of Canelo Alvarez. And we have that information. Obviously, it was a Spanish interview, so we've transcribed the important parts, and we'll use those as our talking points. King Amin, Essex, New Jersey, what it do?
Salute. We got some news. TBV community. We're here to talk about it.
Well, first and foremost, to quote the video, the most important thing was that there has been, and I quote, there's been some changes under the PBC, but they're in talks and expect a name this week. They're in negotiations with Crawford, Jamal Charlo, David Benavidez, and Jaime Munguia are the names being spoke about for this year. Canelo is also looking to fight 3 times this year, and that will include a Saudi Arabia fight. So shout out Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency. May, September, and December are the months targeted. Obviously, Eddie says at this point in his career, they have to move cautiously and be careful what they do and do what's best for Canelo's career. He says Canelo's always fought the best over the last decade, and he showed that obviously when barely 22 years old he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr., considered the best in the world. And now people think he fears Benavidez, but that doesn't exist in Canelo. Look at who he's fought. It's not just about making the fight when you have promoters and then you have managers and then you have networks and then you have fighters, etc. So these fights will happen. They will be returning to Lake Tahoe as they found it benefiting for their last camp. So those are the key things that were discussed that we need to discuss. So yeah, what's your thoughts, Amin?
I thought the most interesting part was, and I want to get it correct. It was 2 fights, and then somehow
a third one in Saudi Arabia.
Now, so what that means to me is, and I don't know the order of operation, but they were kind of beta testing these opponents, because with all these moving pieces. What I mean by that is, I'm not saying that they're listening for us, the crowd, what the people want, but certainly they know, they have to sell a fight. if those options are available, it stands to believe that we're gonna get. This is the trick. Which opponent in what order? Because the fight that seems to be the most difficult will be the one that involves the Sheik. That's the
most difficult, you think?
I think so.
I think that
for leverage purposes at that point,
Yeah, I think that's why Canelo holds the leverage. Because he has that carrot. Like, what are you offering me? Because Turki Al-Sheikh has this. So I feel like that puts the pressure on Heyman to give him certain super fights. Because if not, they'll lose it to Turki. He'll just offer more money. The fighter's going to say yes. Al can't stop you from going.
Now, right there. Now, this is the key. Bud Crawford seems to be willing. That's what I'm saying. Bud Crawford could be the fight that gets announced. Jaime Munguia could be the fight that gets announced. But that's the thing.
Al could be Mutombo and block that from Sheik by doing it next on Prime and giving everybody what they want. We get it on May. It's on Prime, but we don't lose it to Turki Al-Sheikh. It's the same thing he said to Bud before when Bud found the outside player. I'm not letting anybody in on this fight. Some words like that. He said, I'm not giving anybody this fight. I'm not letting anybody in on this fight. When Bud found $25 million, he told Bud no. He not sharing the pot. So, right now, Bud's a free agent. But, like, do you really do Charlo and Benavidez and leave Bud out there for Turki Al-Sheikh to take Canelo? I think you got to do Bud. Don't do Jamal. Do David and Bud. This way, Turki got to pay for Charlo, or he got to find another opponent altogether because contractually, Canelo owes Al 2 fights. All I'm saying, Leonard Ellaby can say what he want about us not knowing the business. It don't take a rocket scientist to know that you're going to make more money with Canelo, Terrence Crawford, and Canelo Benavidez. So if Al does those fights, he takes them off the table for the Sheik, plus he forces Canelo to contractually do his 2 fights. You understand? So now, go to the Sheik. He going to have to find you a B-side, and guess what? It might be my boy Charlo.
Well, that's why I figured it'd kind of go that way, but in a different direction. I figured you can do, like I said, do Crawford or give us, Munguia, right? And then say, that Benavidez one, I don't know how I'm feeling, man. I don't think I want to do that. And then Turki comes in and says, oh, my God, how much you need for Benavidez? How much you need for me? And then it kind of rolls that way. That's me. That's my little chess moves.
Joel, I'm sure you heard the interview. You speak Spanish. No need to transcribe it. What was your thoughts on Eddy Reynoso's latest interview, giving us obviously an update that Canelo's looking to fight 3 times this year, one of those being in Saudi, and he made it clear that he's negotiating with everybody named Jaime, Charlo, Crawford, Benavidez.
I mean, to be honest with you, with Canelo, I feel like he gets a bad rap for his opponent selection. Oh, and by the way, shout out to you, Ness and King Amin. Shout out to you. I didn't want to come on and not say hello. But yeah, I think Canelo, sometimes he drags his feet, but he eventually gives us the fight we want. We wanted the Triple G fight. It kind of took a little bit to happen, but it happened. And he moved up to 168 for all those guys, became undisputed. So I think we'll get all those fights we want. Mainly the Benavidez fight, which I think honestly is the most important one out of all of them. I think that's the one that more people want to see. You even got Stephen A. Smith, who's not a big boxing fan. He's like a casual, but when he does talk about boxing, it's complaining how he wants to see Benavidez versus Canelo. So as long as that's the priority, all the other fights mentioned, Charlo, I really don't want to see. Crawford, I don't want to see, but I understand the how big of a fight it could be. But the Benavidez fight, as long as that's in the mix, I'm happy.
What about the Munguia fight, Joel? How you feel about that one?
I'll be honest. I don't want Munguia to be rewarded for his behavior. He is the biggest duck in boxing. Like the dude duck Andre, duck Carlos Adames, duck Janibek, and now we're gonna reward him with a paycheck with Canelo. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like I don't like. That's the thing about boxing that I don't like. You can't be rewarding that kind of behavior, because then what happens is the next person goes, "Oh, that's a dangerous fight. You know what? I'm not gonna take it because then I might get a Canelo fight." It's kind of like and not to the same degree, because I don't think he was ducking anybody, but it's kind of like Benavidez on his come up. Yo, Canelo should fight him. Canelo should fight him. It's like, yo, who the hell this guy beat? Like, this guy beat nobody. Now he beat Plant. He beat Andre. Okay, now the fight makes sense. Now the guy kind of, showed he's deserving of getting in the ring, getting that big paycheck. Munguia, if Munguia gets that next fight, don't subscribe to my channel if y'all don't want to see somebody get crazy. If y'all don't want to see somebody get crazy, don't come to my channel.
Yeah, man. I get all the ducking, and we see that so much, but it's just part of the sport. Managers call it positioning. To you, he ducked so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, but if he gets the Canelo fight, he makes anywhere from 6 to 10 million. And none of that ducking matters anymore. You know what I mean? So,
my point. You're making my point. That's why I don't want that behavior to be rewarded. I want that behavior to be penalized. Like, damn, I did all that ducking, and I still ain't even get a Canelo fight. I ended up losing to whoever, Christian Mbili. I want that to happen. I want that to happen to Jaime Munguia. He should not be rewarded until he actually has some good fights. Have some fights where going in the ring, you're like, hey, I don't know who's winning this fight. And by the way, the guys he ducked, it wasn't like these guys were monsters. Like, these guys were top killers. Like, oh my God, how, do you expect him to fight Janibek? How do you expect him to fight Adames? How do you expect him to fight Andre? These are fights on your level. These are fights that you should, and I forgot to add Charlo to the mix. Like, these are fights you should be competitive in. These are some of these fights you win, some of these fights you lose. But this is how you prove who you are.
But those dudes need him. Jaime would be Charlo's biggest fight. Jaime would be Johnny Beck's biggest fight. So that's what I'm saying. And they're older than him. So it's like, why am I rushing to give you my name? This is my career. I'm in charge. You need me. I don't need you. I'm younger than you. Like, those guys are calling out Munguia. Why?
Well, this is all.
He don't even got a belt. Like, right? He's a duck. He don't got a belt. Why are they calling him out then?
He's the Memphis Bleak of boxing.
You know what I'm saying?
If Canelo was Jay-Z, Munguia was like the understudy, and he's been positioned that way. Not that he has the credibility and cachet, but people will want that scalper. And Joel, let me just play a game with you, right? So if we had to cycle these guys, because I'm totally in agreement with you. I called him the most breastfed fighter. He was just handled with delicate care. However, if I had to play a game of F, marry, kill in terms of who do I want Munguia in there, and I don't want Charlo in this mix. So I have to look at those opponents. I want Crawford. I want Benavidez. And if I had to take one, I'd picture Munguia more so than putting Charlo in that mix. What do you think about that?
I mean, when you put it in that perspective, yes. I think Charlo, I don't know what happened to that guy.
Because talk about not earning, right? Talk about not earning the position or not earning the fight.
Well, some would argue that he did earn it when he was at 60. Or even at 54.
He was his mandatory at 60, and Canelo went franchise on him. So we're not gonna forget that. But I will say this version of Charlo is not that version of Charlo. He even looks different. I don't know. I don't know the full details, but supposedly battles with alcohol and mental health. I'm not saying
he looked like Gucci Mane when Gucci Mane first came home.
Yeah. I won't take it that far, but he just doesn't look the same, and he didn't look the same in his last fight. I was a bit underwhelmed in his last performance where he missed weight and all that. So honestly, out of those fights, I guess when you put it like that, yeah, I would go that order. If I had to take one guy out of those four, I would take out Charlo. But what I'm saying with Munguia is, and I want to get back to Ness' point where he's like, oh, why that those fights didn't make sense. Well, the WBC had ordered him to fight Carlos Adames to become Charlo's mandatory. He turned that down. The WBO had ordered him as the mandatory for Andrade, which he would have had a title shot. And the WBO ordered him to fight Janibek for the vacant WBO, and he turned that down. So all those fights made sense in those moments. It wasn't like he was just fighting him just a fight. He was fighting him for a belt on 2 occasions, and then for a mandatory position with the Carlos Adames thing. So that's why I'm saying I don't want that behavior to be rewarded.
That's a fair point. To the naked eye, they might not know that. So the fact that there was titles on the line, there was substantial bouts, and he turned down those fades, man. I think it make his breath smell like breast milk even more. But again, I just think wouldn't that help to put him in there with Canelo, and then we kind of expose him, have him exposed, or you just don't want him to benefit? You don't want him to get no kind of fruits from his lack of labor, if you will.
More to that. It's more that. It's more, I don't want him to get rewarded. And it's not necessarily him. Like I got something against him. It's more, if he gets rewarded for it, what is the next man going to do?
No, it's a vicious cycle. I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, nah, I don't want that. Nah. Don't give that guy no title shot. An undisputed shot when you turning down title shots.
But you can't really stop it though. Like this is what I'm saying. Like, what can we do to stop Tank from picking opponents and stopping, this man from picking opponents? Like, we cannot stop it. Like, these dudes do what they gonna do, and we just either gotta decide if we're gonna buy it or not. That's how I look at it.
Why not? Listen, that's a good point, but that don't mean I can't air out my grievances.
No, for sure. And this is the place to do it. No doubt about it. We want to hear, that you're frustrated and why. I'm just saying, I try to live in the reality I'm in. Like, if I'm Canelo in this world, I've done all that I'm done. I'm probably fighting Jamal and Crawford. If I'm smart, I'm fighting Crawford in May and Jamal in September, because if I'm dumb, I'm fighting Maul next. And somehow I'm dumb enough to think I'm going to convince people that this is a different person and somehow better than his identical twin, and I'll get those same fools to pay for it again. It ain't going to happen. They got to think about Maul another time and maybe even in another year. Like, it's too soon to go back to the identical twin. Like, I would love to watch them do that, to laugh all the way to Team Stream. Like, they wildin' if they go right back to a Charlo. They cannot.
I totally agree with that argument, and I'll say this: the fans, and that's one thing I hate about boxing. They don't worry. They don't worry so much about what the fans want. The fight the fans want is Benavidez. And this is so much like, make the fight in September. Like, if September is guaranteed, it's gonna sell more pay-per-views if it happens then as opposed to May. I don't understand that. And on top of that, damn, I lost my train of thought. No. On top of that, that's like we've seen fights like get spoiled. We've seen guys take L's in between, and you could say, "Oh yeah, but we still got the fight eventually." The fight did lose steam. Does lose some excitement from the fans. Right now, Benavidez is undefeated. He could easily lose his next fight. This is boxing. I'm not saying I would pick somebody in 168 to beat him, but hey, this is boxing. Anybody, and same thing. Canelo can lose. A lot of people wasn't expecting him to fight Bivol to beat him, and he did lose. So I just do it right now. You undisputed. This guy's undefeated. He's your mandatory, and I know you're not gonna get a fight with Canelo being his mandatory. I know that, but I'm just saying you can make that excuse. Hey, he was my mandatory. It was a big fight. I fought him. Boom, and he fits the mold of, a fighter who earned it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Those are all good points, and I think I'm glad that you're sharing a different perspective on it, because sometimes people just and we do have to accept the reality, but sometimes we do have to just kind of pump the brakes a bit and let them know we might be a little tight about something, because I'm thinking, and I'm an optimist, Joel. I'm an optimist, and somehow I mentioned it yesterday. I heard American opponent, and I said, man, maybe Canelo is slighting Benavidez, right? And I also said, this is the quietest I've heard Jose Sr. So I'm hoping that that fight will come to fruition, and that somehow now Ness, was there anything else in that Reynoso interview that tipped their hand to which opponent and which order, or just nah?
Nah, and obviously the interviewers tried and asked him to give him a hint and everything, and he said no, but he did say that he said no, I guess, because he said that they're gonna announce in about a week. So, I guess that's that. But I and many people took it the way you took it, that maybe he's getting technical on David and he's calling him an American, and I think that is also been proven with this latest interview, right? Like, so yesterday's quotes were from actual Canelo and his live TV Azteca interview. Today's quotes are actually from Eddy. So yesterday, Canelo is the one that revealed American. Today, Eddy reveals Munguia still being in talks, and David being also in talks, as well as Crawford. So you don't know what to think, Is it an American, or is it the four that the manager, because Eddy is not only the trainer, he is the manager. So is his information more accurate than the fighter?
It's funny, because I'm thinking to myself, we would have been able to eliminate, a better process of elimination if you say, yo, one of my opponents isn't black. That would have helped us out.
Yeah,
we could have ruled out Crawford.
That would have done it real easy.
Yeah, right there would have narrowed it down. Would have really narrowed it down there.
So, Champ, what do you know about this guy? What was the name I sent you? Did you find out any scoop? Because
I know him.
Floyd Schofield seems to be very happy about the opponent. He's calling it the Battle of the Dominicans. Obviously, this guy lost to Sterling, right?
Yeah.
So he lost to a Dominican already, but he is number 2 in the Dominican Republic. It's funny because I was trying to get them a better Dominican in Javier Fortuna, and they almost slighted me, like I was disrespecting them, and sent me the rankings. And like, yo,
that guy, he's old. He's done, man.
Javier?
That's it. Yeah. I don't want to see Javier box anymore.
He just got a tune-up. And you don't want to see him box maybe on the high level because, again, Samson had him inactive. I hear he's a free agent.
You know what, though? While you're looking through that, I think Jamel Herring is a pretty good active 135er that, I don't know what his business situation is, but as far as Schofield, I think
Jamel has a fight in the UK or something, or in Australia. Jamel Herring, former champ, he's fighting. He announced the fight. Is on his Instagram, and it's in Australia, I believe.
Wow.
I think out of all the names we just mentioned, I think they made the proper pick in Esteli. The only thing is, isn't Esteli a 140 pounder? At least that's how I remember him.
One of y'all got to school me on him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good fighter. I wouldn't say elite, but I wouldn't say he elite. He lost to Stalin Castillo in a weird fight where the referee was getting involved a lot. He got called for biting Stalin Castillo, and then you can't really see that in the replay. It was a really weird fight. actually thought he edged it, but it was one of those fights that could have gone either way. But the referee definitely played a major part in that fight. And if the referee was less involved, I think he would have pulled it off a little bit more clearer. But it was a close fight that could have gone either way, and it went Starling Castillo's way. I think this is a good step-up fight for Schofield. I think if, Suedo is not going to be coming just as an opponent, he will go and try to win. But I don't like, and then Ness is the same. Me and Ness, when it comes to Dominicans, me and Ness agree on one thing. I don't like the guys who train here in America, then fly back to DR, and they live out there, then they train back in America, and then they do that back and forth. And he's one of those fighters who does that. His last, the fight with Starling Castillo, he was trained by Bob Santos. I got confirmation today, actually, that he is now training with Ismael Salas. He's currently in the Dominican Republic now, and he will be making his way to America, and within the next week, and to start training camp. But you
got confirmation that it's in the next week? Because shit, I just seen this guy who fights Saturday, Shinga. He just got to Mexico, so I don't know. These people need to. And Wilder complained about the same thing, right? About getting to Saudi Arabia late.
Yeah, I mean that's on the fighters, man. That's on the fighters. At the end of the day, you gotta stay ready so you don't gotta get ready.
Yeah, at least it's not a 20-hour flight though. So
yeah, that's true. It's true. Guys, guys like Puello, guys like Elvis Rodriguez, guys like Michelle Rivera, and I'm keeping it Dominican. Those guys are always in the gym. Like, you never got to worry about those guys being out of shape. You call them with a month's notice, and they'll show up in shape. Whether they win or lose, that's one thing, but they're gonna give you their all, and they're gonna stay in shape.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Floyd Schofield. I'm definitely interested in seeing him step up. He's kind of like right there waiting to turn that corner. So, a good opponent can really put him, in that conversation, not amongst, those other guys, but I just mean like just really put him as one of the next stars. Definitely in there with Keyshawn. I want to be able.
So you don't like the Fortuna? It wouldn't do it for you? You think he's done like my good friend here?
Nah, listen, if I'm being honest with you, man, if you like it, I love it. I don't really know what Javier Fortuna's been doing lately, but in other words,
he hasn't done much. I mean, the truth is he hasn't done much. He got a Dominican Republic tune-up after the Ryan loss, but Schofield's never fought a former champ. Like, I'm lost as to if Fortuna's not good enough for a guy that never had a former champ, then what is good enough? Because look at the guy he's got now. He's not Fortuna. He don't got the accolades of Fortuna. This is a Dominican that lost to another Dominican.
I guess the optics would look bad, former champ or not. Floyd Schofield goes in that first-round knockout over Javier Fortuna. Are we going to say, yo, I think he's in the conversation of Kelvin Davis and Frank Martin? Or are we going to say he just whooped Fortuna's old ass?
Are you going to say he's in the conversation with Keyshawn and Frank Martin after he beats this dude that Sterling Castillo already beat?
No. That's why I didn't listen. I don't know who the guy is.
I think I would associate his name with better quality names if he beat a former world champ for sure. I don't know. I'm glad I asked you guys because I'm shocked that you don't like Javier as an opponent.
I'll say this regarding his performance, depending on like if he had the fight with Javier Fortuna, his performance really wouldn't necessarily impress me, no matter how dominant he was, or just because I know Javier isn't where he used to be. I know Javier isn't as hungry. He's actually somebody who is smart. He got a lot of investments and stuff like that over in the Dominican Republic. So he's making money.
He might be looking for another investment, another down payment on the franchise.
When the last time you talked to him?
Well, but my man Esteli Suero is a hungry guy. He's only 23 years old.
But when the last time you talked to Javier?
What's up?
When the last time you talked to Javier?
I haven't spoke to Javier in a minute, but
I
I
would say
spoke
check
to
in, man. I would say check in. Homie is ready to fight. I've been talking to him for the last 2 weeks at least, consistently.
I'll text him right now.
He's ready to fight. Um and there are fights available. You know, I would prefer that he signed the deal with Pro Box and get a couple of fights before he start looking for bigger names, but you know, I'm not his manager.
We'll see. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I like this. I like the Sweato fight. It's a young guy. Schofield's a young guy. This guy's hungry. Schofield is obviously hungry. Let's see. And if Sweato could, he only has one fight on television in America. This will be his second fight. He may want to get his get back. He may want to, upset. Dominicans, we known for upsetting. At least in the last 2-3 years, that's been our calling card. We'll see.
For sure. Let me take some callers here. I got Tyron on a check-in. What up?
Yo, what's good, Ness?
What up with you?
Shouts out TBV. Hope everyone blessed tuning in. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Canelo. Show he's still the face of boxing with that announcement. Literally the world stopped. I know a lot of people was mad after he announced that, basically signed an extension, with the TV deal and everything like that, and still, plan on fighting 5 years later. A lot of people was mad, but it was crazy. It was funny, but it still showed you the face of boxing. It's interesting because I kind of think that he's trolling Benavidez by saying, I'm fighting American. I don't believe it's Charlo, just the simple fact that Charlo posted that, then reneged and basically said that it's not confirmed. I haven't had any talks. So I'm thinking it has to be Bud or Benavidez. But then I did hear Eddie was talking about Canelo want that third fight in Saudi. So I'm thinking, okay, if you fight Benavidez, then Crawford, who was the third fight that's big enough in Saudi? You know what I mean? So it's like,
but that's the thing. Really... That's the thing that I was arguing, that if I'm Al Heyman, I'm playing chess, and I am giving you Crawford and Benavidez so that Turkey Al-Sheikh is left to go find his own big fight.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking,
and I could get lucky, too, where it's like, if I do Crawford in May, Benavidez in December, or Crawford in May and he wins somehow, rematch in September, then, Charlo can still be an option for Turkey Al-Sheikh as a send-off, as a Saudi Arabia opponent.
But I don't think nobody that Charlo fight would definitely be dead after them two, because it's like
because if Charlo fights Plant in between and beats
with a hell of an impressive performance,
and let's assume he gets a knockout that Benavidez couldn't. Now he is a very sexy dance partner for them.
Yeah, that's true.
You could sell the story of him. He needs a knockout to sell the "I'm gonna defend my little brother" shit. I ain't buying that shit without you knocking out somebody, bro. And Jose ain't doing it.
I feel that. Yeah, I ain't thinking that part. I'm thinking like, man, after this, Charlo basically done. But that Plant fight can definitely can make some noise. So who do you think it is?
Plant. Back? Listen, I think Plant could do it on a for us, but the casuals might fall for Mabili. Like, they don't know Mabili, but the style. I'm not saying that it will happen because we rarely see Al do that, but even the Mabili Jamal Charlo, and if Jamal stops Mabili, that style is fan friendly. He gonna be hit. And if he stops him, it's probably a really good fight.
So where do you see Munguia in all of this? Do you see him getting a chance?
I mean, he's in talks.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just that what Canelo saying, oh, he's an American. It's like, man, well, It's either Bud or, I mean, Benavidez, yeah, Charlo, but I don't think that Charlo fight is going to be next for Canelo. I think Charlo, the best bet for Al is put him in there with Caleb. That would be a big fight. And honestly, champ, I want to be. Do you think that's a whole separate pay-per-view, or would you put that on the undercard? Let's say if Canelo does fight Benavidez next, would you put that on the undercard of Canelo, or would you just sell that
Put
separately
what?
as a pay-per-view?
Plant Charlo?
Charlo.
Man,
Yeah.
I wish.
I mean, you could.
I wish, but you know we don't get that, bro. When the last time we got something that good? Mayweather Canelo?
Yeah, right. Wishful thinking, right?
I mean, if it's Turkey
Christmas
Al
came
Sheik,
early.
if it's Turkey Al Sheik, then maybe, but not on the Al Heyman watch. That shit is a maybe.
Yeah,
It's a low probably maybe.
Yeah, Canelo got everybody intrigued now just by that statement. Like, you know, it's an American, and Charlo come out, and Charlo said, "Oh no, I ain't in talk." So it's like, okay, well, it got to be Benavidez or Bud. Them the only two opponents like that you can go for. I don't see you going after Charlo. After Charlo did that, and say, "Oh, I'm not in talks." Then all of a sudden you announce Charlo. I think that would be a bad move. That would be a bad move. I mean, Canelo still sell, but that would leave a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, let's. Charlo ain't even in discussion right now. It got to be Benavidez or Bud. I can see it be Benavidez. You know that. I mean, if I'm Canelo, go ahead, get Benavidez out the way so you can stop hearing the talks. If it is Benavidez, that's a nice little shade. Canelo said, you know, Mexico, I'm fighting American, but you know, everybody waiting, man. Canelo got the world stopping, waiting to see who's next. It's very intriguing, especially with Eddy just said and the third fight in Saudi. So it's like, damn, man, who is it? You know what I mean? So, you know, hopefully it's Benavidez or Bud, but, you know, we never know. You know, we can't always get our hopes high because it gets shots down, you know, most of the time. But, you know, hopefully it's Benavidez or Bud, man. But that's my call, champ. I appreciate you, man, taking my call. Shouts out TBV. Hope everyone blessed tuning in.
Thanks for the call, champ. Listen, Charlo, not only did he refute reports, the man ordered a rum punch. Why would I want to see that fight? Like, come on, man. He said, let me get a rum punch. Come on, man.
I'm good on Charlo, man. I'm good on Charlo. Unless he come back like my man Ness just said, he got to come back and prove it. He come back and knock out Plant. He come back and knock out Mbili. He come back and knock out Morel or something like that. And I'm not predicting that. I'm just saying he did something like that.
But look, he gonna knock him out with what? A rum punch? What are we talking about?
I agree. That wasn't my prediction for those fights. I'm just saying he would have to earn it for me. I'm big on that.
You know, and I'm teasing, but I'm just saying, you know, as bad as some people feel about Munguia getting that fight, that's how I feel about Charlo. Nothing against him personally. I'm just saying, when you talk about earning the fight, like, no. Like, that's the one that's like, come on, man. Like, that doesn't even see. Yo, the fighter, even if you tried to market it, even if you got Jermell to jump into Jermell is still spending the money from the Canelo fight. He ain't worried about his name getting confused in the shit. So whether his brother do it or not, he doesn't care. He don't care, you know. And for you know, I'm not sure. You know, somebody said, is that another the genius of Al Heyman that he got Jamal to deny it because he's still working on it? Man, that'd be the biggest bag of bullshit if that was the truth.
I could actually see him being told not to say anything.
But what I'm saying is, if he's being told to not say anything because he's actually getting the fight, oh my God, the disappointment.
But even if he's not getting the fight, like just remember some of the Keith Thurman interviews. He always thought he had the Earl fight. He always felt like he was a pawn. So yeah, I could see Al Heyman telling one dude, yeah, I'm trying to get you that fight, Maul, for sure. Get in camp. And maybe he is, because again, in his mind, if he could get all three of them guys, the Canelo fight is more money for him, right? If he could get Jamal, Crawford, and then finally Benavidez, he's happy. It's just the
I
truth.
would
But I
like
got more.
The thing, I don't even want to acknowledge any other fight besides the Benavidez fight. I'll be honest with you. Anything other than that fight would be underwhelming, including the Crawford fight. You got a guy moving up. Was it 20 pounds, bro? 21 pounds.
21.
That's a little too much, man. Like we seen he just fought a guy who moved up 14 pounds, and you clearly saw the weight, the advantage. You clearly saw the size advantage, and now you're gonna bring up a smaller guy. And yes, the smaller guy is better, but it's like still another 7 pounds on top of that. It's just the good guy. A good big guy always beats a good little guy, especially when he's 3 divisions bigger. It's like, I don't want to see that fight. I'm sorry. Crawford, definitely a great fighter. Definitely. One of the top pound for pound fighters. But, bro, this weight class is
so you don't give him no chance.
Nah, he don't got no chance. And that's not saying Crawford is not a great fighter. That's not what I'm saying. I just want to clarify that. It's just Canelo is way bigger than him. There's a reason Canelo lost to Bivol. And that was one division. You tell me this guy's gonna go up 3? When in history has that happened? I don't know.
But Crawford is that kind of guy. There's a window to the left of you, Joel.
But
I'm jumping out of it.
But you see,
right?
that's the reason that fight needs to happen. No, because look,
There's some people that believe
you're a content creator and you don't want it. He's a content creator and he wants it, and you know I want it. Like, so there's gonna be casuals that feel the same way. I think it's a huge fight that they're not capitalizing on.
The voice in sports that's loudest is Stephen A. Smith. And whether we want to acknowledge it, some people like him, some people don't. I'm not here to comment on that. He is the loudest voice in sports, all of sports. And he rarely talks about boxing. And how he feels about that fight potentially happening is negative. Boxing has enough negative press. We need to focus on getting positive press. And the fight he wants, and the fight the majority of the hardcore wants,
the Crawford gate is just better business. Isn't it? Like, is it better to tap into the same community or tap into 2 different demos? We're tapping into 2 different cultures if we go Crawford versus Canelo versus going Benavidez Canelo. You're tapping into the same culture, Mexican American and then Mexican. It's the same culture. I mean, Floyd's green print was African American versus a Latino fighter.
Yeah, but it's just if Crawford was the 160 pounder and you telling him, yo, move up 8, honestly, I would be quiet right now. I'd be like, you know what?
But didn't you see the internet go crazy? Like, Overtime Boxing picked up that Crawford is sparring with a 68 pounder. Like, that's how big this fight is.
Yeah, and every podcast, every interview that they put a mic in front of Mike Tyson's face is how much he loves the Mexican Monster. And that was him who gave him that nickname. And who's bigger than Mike Tyson? Forget boxing and sports. He's like the biggest figure. And he's saying, yo, that's the fight I want to see. The biggest voice in sports, Stephen A. Smith, that's the fight I want to see. Fucking Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing, says that's the fight he wants to see. You know, you got big names saying that that's the fight they want to see. So we got to give us big names those fights we want to see. So let's make that shit happen, man.
But
David Benavidez versus Canelo. Let's make it happen.
But the big sites like Overtime are posting Bud Crawford sparring for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is interest in that fight. But look, either one is good for me. I'll tell you that. Let me get to some callers, though. I got AC. What up? Fellas, I know y'all got things to do. If y'all need to cut out, remember to let me know so y'all can let everybody know where to find you on a regular basis.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I just had to check in real quick. I don't know if it was your boy Amin or the other person, man, but bro, I
AC,
agree
I'm
with
sorry.
It's Broadway Joel. It's Broadway
AC, I'll
Joel,
be
not the
right
other
back. I'll be
person.
right back, bro. I got a counterpunch from an hour ago. My bad, Drew. I'll be right
you
back,
good,
AC.
G.
Just mute yourself so you can come on and I don't forget you like I normally do.
You good?
Drew, apologies. Drew.
He probably forgot about the counterpunch his damn self.
Word. Drew, you might need to jump out, jump back in, maybe?
No refund.
In the meantime, hit that thumbs up.
Yeah,
Drew,
and make it.
unmute. Let me see. All right. Come on back, AC, till he ready.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, nah, man. I just had to check in, man, because I don't know if it was your boy Amin or the other guy, man. But man, he said something about dudes ducking their way in the fights, man. And bro, I
Yeah.
completely agree with you, man. I've been saying that shit for the longest time, bro. Like personally, that's why, like, I was having this conversation with somebody earlier. That's why I really, even though I didn't watch the fight like that or I wasn't interested, I didn't really have no problem with Canelo versus a John Ryder fight, just because it's like all the dudes like Andrade or Jamal or fucking Benavidez before the Plant fight. It's like, bro, y'all dudes is basically sitting around hoping to get picked while it's other motherfuckers fighting, man. You know what I mean? And like, I understand from individual perspective, yeah, that might be good for your bottom line, not taking no tough fights. But like, bro, I don't really care about, like, I want the fighters to get paid, bro, but I care about the sport before anything, man. So like, bro, you having a name but not fighting nobody. If somebody else is fighting somebody, man, I feel like they should get the fight, bro. I don't really be trying to hear that ducking shit. Like, you can't turn down the number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 guy in your division fighting guys who not top 20 and be like somebody ducking you. Like that shit, I don't really be getting with that shit, man. So I don't really be having no love for dudes who be sitting around not doing shit. As far as like the Canelo announcement or whatever with his coach, man, the only fight that needs to be talked about is Canelo versus Benavidez. Jamal Charlo, maybe if he fight Plant, get him a couple wins, man, and work his way back up, you know, that might shit could be interesting. Bud Crawford, man, that dude is a welterweight. Unless he wins some fights at 54 and 60, I really ain't got no interest in that shit at all. Only fight that really needs to be talked about is Benavidez, and I feel like if motherfuckers keep throwing up these other fights like Munguia or fucking Bud Crawford and shit like that, all it is gonna do is just give them dudes more outs to be like, oh, see, people interested in this, people interested in that. Like, I'm not somebody who felt like Canelo been ducking David. I just felt like shit, man. Beat some people and you get a
But
fight.
we are
But
though. Like, am I wrong because I'm interested in Crawford fighting Canelo? That makes me a bad guy now.
I don't
No,
think you wrong. I just think for me, y'all sound like the people who thought Canelo could beat Usyk and shit like that. It's weight classes for a reason. Like the pound for pound shit, I understand that shit, but
I was one of the motherfuckers. I never liked Usyk.
Not me. I wasn't
never
I
liked
ain't go that
Usyk.
far.
see, me personally, bro, I'm a Canelo fan. When he signed to fight Bivol, I won money on that fight. I knew Bivol was gonna beat his ass, man. Cause shit, I remember Bivol from Andre Ward. But I just feel like with this Canelo, this Bud Crawford shit, it's kind of the exact same thing as that situation. And it took Bivol whipping Canelo ass for people to be like, okay, weight classes and shit. Like it's just history of boxing, man. I don't want to see that shit. It's better fights for both them
In
dudes.
Bud we trust, man.
let
Get
me
out of here.
I
let
don't
me
see
ask.
it.
Real quick, Joel, what I will say is I do think Canelo can beat Elani Makabu. I think he could whoop Makabu's ass, but not Usyk.
See?
Oh
Not,
no, I don't
That's
know.
just
I'm
me.
gonna say this,
but,
man.
but for the
Even the
listeners,
greatest of
for the
fighters,
listeners.
like yeah, no, I was just gonna say this or end it like this, man. Like, bro, if you look at boxing history, man, even the greatest of fighters, once you start hitting 4 weight classes, most of them dudes start getting their ass whooped. You know what I mean? You talking about jumping up to your 6 weight class, like that shit ridiculous, man. I ain't really that interested, but
Stop
if
hating
people
on
are, then
Crawford greatness, man. That's all you doing is
man,
hating on that
I
man greatness.
I think lineal or unified at 154 is greatness.
Don't
That's
nobody
actually
care
attainable.
about them dudes at 54 unless Keith win. Don't nobody care about them dudes.
I
Who
mean, I hear you,
who
but
wants
that's
to
just me.
see Charlo Charlo can't get no Crawford fight. If we gonna ride with Broadway Joel's phrase, then he don't deserve it either. He don't deserve no Crawford fight off of that shit ass performance he had with Canelo.
I personally would still take Bud versus Jamel. Like, man, Canelo is at 168, bro. Canelo at 168.
Somebody else got that super chat real quick. Drew. Nah, he wildin'. Drew, what up?
That was a great caller, by the way. Great caller. And I'll add this for context. Ness was also one of the guys saying Floyd should fight Triple G back then.
Hell yeah.
I remember that.
Hell yeah. Everybody should remember that. And they know he would have been able to do it. Motherfucker left that food on the table. What up, Drew?
Yo, Nash, we gotta bring people back down to reality, yo. What is the reality of the sport? What fight does Turkey Al-Sheikh want, Ness? He don't want no David Benavidez. He don't want no Ecuadorian versus Canelo.
Whoa.
He want to see greatness. He want to see if Crawford could do some Roberto Duran type stuff.
Yeah.
Roberto Duran's one of his favorite fighters.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm rooting for, Ness? I want that Crawford fight in December so I can make that trip to Saudi. That'll be my fight trip for the year. Why do we not want to see greatness? Why do we want to see two first ballot?
I don't want it in December. I don't want it in December. I want Al to play chess and move that pawn into May.
No, but he can't because Crawford's a free agent. Are you going to guarantee him more up front than Turkey Al-Sheikh is?
I mean, you're going to guarantee him
you're
to fight.
You're going to give Crawford 34, you know? You're not going – that's a different level. I don't think Al can – that's a fight Turkey won't.
I mean that conversation. You gotta understand. That conversation is gonna go like this: like, yo, you want the fight for May? Because if not, we giving it to Benavidez. Then there is no fight in December.
Drew, can I ask you a question?
Just did an interview on real quick. Samson just did an interview for Pro Box. Said the fight's not happening this year, today.
Okay.
I talked to Samson yesterday. He just wasn't confident that Canelo's going to make the right decision. Plus, he don't like that everybody in the media is talking Crawford. But, I mean, look, if Pro Box talked to him today and they got something new, I guess.
Yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
My question for you is, because you want the Crawford Canelo fight, and you saying, you know, why don't we want to let greatness happen? And you know, this man could do something that hasn't been done before. And I'm paraphrasing what you said. I mean, but like Canelo is in a okay, yeah, Durant, but he didn't go straight up from 147 to 168. But I hear you. Durant was a lightweight champion and ended up becoming champion at 68.
Henry Armstrong fighting Sugar Ray Robinson.
Listen, this is what I'm getting at. What does Canelo get out of that?
Money.
If he loses, he lost to the smaller man. If he wins, he was supposed to do that.
My bro, you think he think about losing to a welterweight? He only think about that money.
That, and then that win ages better when he's at the Hall of Fame, giving his speech that he beat the other great of his era, Hall of Famer.
No, he's not. No, it's not. People are gonna be like, you beat a fucking welterweight and you a super middleweight.
No, they're not, Joel.
No, they're not. You wildin'.
They're not gonna say that when you wildin', and he's gonna get so much love in Mexico. And you will, but you're not the majority.
You won't even get the mic over there. They're gonna you crazy. He's gonna have so many questions in Canastota.
You got my counterpunches, Ness. And another thing, like, people don't realize how big that Munguia fight is for Mexican nationals. Tijuana versus Guadalajara, Jalisco. I know you guys say no, but that's a huge fight. That's a real Mexican versus Mexican. That's a guy that sold more in David's home state than David. David is a big fight, but Canelo will get to him when he gets to him. And I live in the reality of the sport. The reality is the cash cow is going to do what cash cow does like every other era before him.
It's disappointing that you as a fan accept that. That's very disappointing.
You said to accept that. What we supposed to do? Pow?
I don't accept it.
No.
I'm a consumer.
Air your grievances. Let these people know.
No, that's not how you do it anymore. Airing your grievances don't do it. You got to stop purchasing. Stop watching. Stop watching.
Joel, I got a phrase for that. It's called A-side slut talk. It's just nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, what's
That's
happening,
but
and this one
that's
can make.
business. So let me ask you this, Joel. Are you gonna stay at a job that's paying you okay, but for the glory of the company, or are you gonna take the bigger offer for yourself?
No,
If someone offers you a better
whatever
offer,
I
I
do,
can't.
I'm gonna do with integrity, regardless of what the money is. You get what I'm saying? Me
But
in
but
this
you're asking for
scenario, me
integrity.
bullying
Wait.
somebody. What's up? Go ahead,
You're
my brother.
asking for integrity. You're asking for integrity in a sport that's not built on integrity.
Word.
Come on, man. You saw I saw the way you pressed Mauricio. Mauricio ain't got no integrity. They're over there in Saudi just trying to be a part of the festivals. They're getting a little piece of that undisputed belt. So I'm a fan of the sport. I go travel for the sport. I support with my dollars, hard-earned dollars. But I don't complain about stuff I don't get. I just don't support it with my
Word.
dollars. They won't get my money.
It's like
That's all I can
today.
do.
They got that JoJo Diaz card. That's not going to get a lot of views, and they're going to learn their lesson. Why? It's like, who's on the
We wanted
card?
Schofield. But I'm with you guys in the agreements. I don't want Charlo next.
Word.
I'd rather have Munguia. I'd rather have Munguia next and then David in September. Or Munguia next and Crawford in September. Crawford and David are interchangeable in the sense that Canelo's going to get called a duck, whoever he picks.
He won't get called the duck if he fights Benavidez instead of Crawford.
Yes, he will.
Ness, you would Ness, yes.
I wouldn't call
Ness
him
and
a duck.
I mean, will y'all consider him a duck for him
Nah.
fighting Benavidez over Crawford?
Not me.
Hell no.
Not
It's like
me.
you fighting a mandatory, the number one
But it's his
contender in your
mandatory. It's
division.
his mandatory. Like even
And
Crawford
it's the number one
fans,
contender in your division.
even Crawford fans would not say anything because Crawford's called his mandatories before they was actual mandatory. So
Yeah. Either way, like we see the chess moves Eddy Reynoso's playing. They're just waiting to see what fights benefit them the most and where they have the most opportunity to win to maximize them. They want those 3 fights and they want a Saudi fight. So do I see the David fight happening this year in the realistic sense of what Eddie's saying, what Sampson's saying? No. And it is what it is. Now I won't buy the Charlo fight though. I will not.
you
Team
going
Stream, baby.
you going
Fire Street
again,
boy.
champ?
No, I'll come back in.
Khaled, you got like 3 counter punches from the other day. And you know I don't steal, champ.
Hold on, Ness, but before you get another call, I
jumping
gotta
out?
hop off.
Let everybody know where they can find you, champ. Appreciate you coming on, talking a little bit of boxing with us, man.
Nah. First of all, I want to say thank you to you, Ness, for inviting me. I definitely always has fun when I'm over here in the Boxing Voice, the Breakfast Club of Boxing. King Amin, my guy. Shout out to you. Always good vibes when you on. So I appreciate your boxing knowledge and us having a cool boxing conversation. And for the fans watching, man, if y'all enjoyed me, if y'all think y'all like this crazy guy coming on here talking boxing, go to my channel, Broadway Joel. I mostly interview Dominicans, but I interview all types of people as well.
I was watching you. Damn, my nigga Delvin got so old. He's like Leonard right now with all the white hair. It was crazy. Yeah. I watched that. What was that, yesterday?
That was yesterday. Yeah. I interviewed my man Delvin Rodriguez, former Cotto opponent, former Lara opponent. He had a fight of the year with Pavel Wolak back in I want to say 2013 or 14 around there.
Yeah. Wasn't it Friday Night Fights?
On Friday Night Fights, it was a war. It ended in a draw. I thought he won, but honestly, it was such a war. Even if he would have won, I wouldn't have remembered who won. That was
I used to be in the gym with Paul, man. He spars with no headgear, bro. Or back then, Shit. Yeah.
I know he used to spar a lot with Joshua Clottey.
Who?
Pavel Wolak. He used to spar a lot with Joshua Clottey out in Gleason.
When I met him and was training with him, he was in Passaic at the Glen Tapia gym.
Yeah, but he would pop up to New York and he would spar Joshua Clottey every now and then, and shit would get crazy. Shit would definitely get crazy.
Yo, so you in New York, right? You ain't going to see Hitchens? How's he looking? You don't be doing gym visits?
Honestly, Hitchens is difficult to get in contact with.
Nah, he is. I ain't gonna front. He is.
Yeah. So a lot of times I'll
But
call
you
him or I'll
out there
text
though.
him.
You out there. You just show up, pop up, man.
Yeah.
Hit
I have
up.
honestly. I haven't been. I just switched jobs, so my work schedule has been crazy.
I'm trying to make it work.
So
I hear you.
I haven't been able to pop up on gyms like that as much as I would like to. But you're right. I just got to show up and do that.
Hit Coach Lenny.
I don't got his contact. Yeah, hook that up. Hook that up, bro.
You got it.
All right, but yo, everybody watching, make sure y'all go to Broadway Joel. Hit that subscribe button. @_ Broadway Joel on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter. I'm not that active on Instagram. I do post it every now and then. But Broadway Joel on Instagram. And if you want a Dominican boxing shirt, I should have wore one.
Word.
Want a Dominican boxing shirt?
You gotta
go to
send me one,
BroadwayJoel.com. What's up?
Gotta send me one. Send me the link. I'm gonna have to buy one.
I got you. I'll send you the link. Definitely cop one. Wear it on the channel. It's definitely quality, brother. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. You're gonna love the quality.
Vamos a ver.
What was that?
I said vamos a ver.
Tato. All right, everybody. I'll holler at you. Make sure y'all go to my channel, Broadway Joel, man.
Good talking to you.
Good talking to you too, bro.
Yo, I got my little update on Crawford Teofimo situation. Let's see what we got. We got R. Jonesy. He says, I know someone is listening because this is TBV. So everyone, when you call in, make it clear we don't want that Charlo or Munguia. We want that David. Make it known. I hear you, player. Member for 16 months. On that contender level. We got to keep it moving. Excuse me. JXV. $2. He says, Plant's manager said they in negotiations with Maul. I love it. Who's Plant's manager? Louis? Louis DeCubas, right? Because I don't know no other manager unless it's his daddy. Keep it moving. $2. Charlo needs 3 beat 1 more big fight for me. What the fuck? I guess he meant he needs to beat 3 before he could. He needs to beat 3 fighters before he get 1 more big fight. I'm not sure.
3 is a lot, not 3.
I mean, my man do look like he ain't in the right. You know what I mean? So it'd be good to see him. You know, we could take it one at a time, though. You're right. We could take, like, if he looks good in this next one, we could just go from there and be like, nah, he's ready. Best pit bull breeder, $2. Eddy Reynoso is ahead. Everyone? What the fuck? And he spelled it like that. Everyone. Best pit bull breeder right back at us with another 10. Most online fans don't buy fights. The numbers talk. They talk, even pay super chats over pay-per-view money. The Grand Mayorista? Oh, mayorista. He's trying to, like, is he saying the majority in Spanish? Because most of his, this is the first Spanish word, but I'm going to assume you're saying that. So I guess he means the Grand Mayorista steal, which means majority, steal the fights. They love
super chats. What do you say? Super chats and
hold on. They love the gossip over the sport. And he put sporty, but he meant sport. Period. All right, champ. Be safe, man. It feels like you're driving, man. Don't want you crashing out there. Appreciate you, man. Certainly. Best pit bull breeder. Check him out. Is that your IG? We got Mike Rios, $5, celebrating his 20th super chat. Salute. He says the boxing voice has also influenced Joel. Hashtag the balding voice. All love, champions.
You know,
I was going to say to him earlier, like, yo, you actually look younger that he took off the hair. I ain't going to front, right? Is it me or do he look younger?
Yeah. You got too much hair for this, bro. You know what I mean? You got to bring that shit down a little lower.
Hey, yo, they keep calling it the balding voice. They don't notice that what it is that watching boxing makes you go bald because you don't never get what you want. You stressed out.
Listen, me and Leonard Ellerby is great from this boxing shit. It's safe from old age. This boxing do this shit to you.
Leonard got a glorious beard. Let me tell you, that shit looked like he made that shit.
They got the snow globe beard.
Nah, bro. The way is so even and so one shade. Like, dang, he did his thing. $10 super chat from Nano. Great news. Hands clapping emoji. Let's get Charlo in May. What? Benavidez in September, Crawford in December. Then next year, Bivol rematch or better be in May. Munguia in September to pass the torch, then take Jake Paul December 2025 if he retires. Boom emoji, fire emoji, collision emoji. Yo, you crazy. Look at that schedule. You're trying to kill my man. Why they want him to die? They don't want him to fight. They want him to die.
Yo, it's training camps in between all those fights, dude. You can't live like that.
Bro, my man said Charlo in May, Benavidez in September, Crawford in December. Then the following year, Bivol rematch, better be and Munguia. Then pass the torch to Jake Paul in December. He out of control.
Yeah.
Camille, $2 in Canada. He says, if all these fights would happen, that would be amazing. Nah, you ain't lying. It's unrealistic, man. He can fight them all. He ain't going to win for sure. He going to be getting beat up. Lucy Girl, $20 super chat. Canelo the King. Pull the resumes and accolades. Don't forget that Forbes magazine. Nah, you right, champ. Pitbull, the best Pitbull breeder, right back at us with another one. He says, Canelo has Mexican pride. Not one, I guess he meant no one understands. You can't, okay, brother. He really got me helping him here. You can't cures him and ask for an opportunity. I guess he meant curse him, maybe. Curse him? Maybe you can't.
Yo, you got to say it with an accent and try to sound it out.
No, it's got to be curse. It got to be curse him because it says, unless you're right. Let me see if it's Spanish. No, but I wouldn't know what that is. Curese? No. Curese? No. Queres? No, I don't know. It's got to be cool. Res. But that's not a fucking word. So he's driving. Be careful, my friend. I'm assuming he means you can't curse him and ask for an opportunity. That is the center to saving this. I know.
Yeah. Yo, that's Pootie Tang, yo. I don't know what he's saying.
Nah, that's the best Pitbull breeder. And he might be driving. But again, I think he's saying Canelo has Mexican pride. No one understands. You can't curse. Oh, yes. That makes sense if you say it all at once. Meaning, because you cursed him out, he's prideful. He ain't fucking with you. He don't want to let you eat. So it got to be that. Prime Politics, $5. What? Counterpunch, let me speak. Okay. Where is this? Intramural. Where the fuck is this? Yeah, I don't see you on Discord. Are you on Twitter, my friend? Don't see you on Twitter, Prime Politics. Speak on X, but you're not there. Unless, I don't know. We'll get to you, though, I guess. I don't know who you are at the moment. Oh, wait. Brandon, are you Prime Politics? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, Ness. It's Brandon, buddy.
Are you Prime Politics?
Yes, sir. I change my name every now and then.
Okay, you're the man. What's up, brother?
just want a couple minutes. I just want a couple minutes to speak on the situation in the boxing world that I hold near and dear to my heart because the best boxer of all time, at least in my opinion, Terrence Crawford. Okay, Mr. Terrence Crawford, 40-0, the best welterweight ever, is actually in talks, and they haven't announced anything yet, as far as I can tell officially, but they're in talks right now, rumors regarding this Canelo Alvarez fight and Terrence Crawford fight, which, in my humble opinion, will be the most greatest fight of all time. Better than anyone that's on this list currently. Benavidez, Charlo, Munguia. Probably Munguia would be the second best option. Third would be Benavidez. Fourth would be Charlo. And that's just my humble opinion. Terrence Crawford actually poses a real threat to Canelo Alvarez. The rest of them, they also pose threats, but to a smaller scale. Just because, look, man, Crawford, he has a switch hitting capability. He has the maneuverability. He has these crazy things that he can do inside of the ring that allows him to propel past Canelo's defenses and hit him with that jab and hit him with that left hook and hit him in the body and get him set with that back step pedal that he does so often. So people saying that he has no chance because he's moving up 3 weight classes. Okay, it's a challenge. I agree with them to an extent. It's a challenge, and it will be a challenge versus somebody like Canelo. Of course, we all know that. But in terms of getting this win and winning each single round individually, Crawford can do that. And I have faith in Crawford that he can pull this one off. And it might be a significant challenge for him in terms of the training. Like if he's actually training for this boxing match, leading up to the point where he fights him, it'll be a challenge to see, because they're both going to be training. And Canelo has won many fights too, but he's also lost many fights too, and we know who he lost to. So I just want to say that, Crawford, he's probably the greatest fighter right now in boxing, and people are going to hate on that. So, when somebody's that great, they're going to keep just hating on it. And it's cool because let the haters hate. That's my motto, Let the haters hate. Let the actions speak for themselves. If he wants to fight and move up 3 weight classes, that doesn't mean it's impossible to win. It just means it's going to be more challenging. So, and then people were comparing, Devin Haney, if he moved up to fight Dave Benavidez, Devin Haney now that's a problem all of a sudden. So I don't understand it, but these people just want to talk and talk and talk without any regard for the truth of what will happen when Crawford meets Canelo in that ring, and we'll see what happens when the time comes. So that's all I wanted to say.
You the man,
Love your show, brother.
Love you. Tip, what it do?
Shout out to the chat.
Adrian, what up?
Hey, what's up, Ness? Thank you so much again for letting me in the show. It's inevitable. It's D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Thanks! What's up, my brother? You good?
I'm good, man. What's up with you?
We living in the hour of smoking good weed. I'm telling you right now, Ness, I'm smoking some good-ass weed. Hell yeah. When it comes down to right now, we smoking that weed, and if you ain't, it's okay. You a baby. Grow the fuck up. We talking about the real shit right here. So the guy that just called, Brandon, he skipped the line and he did his thing. That's okay. It's capitalism. It is what it is. I'm going to tell you like this, motherfucker. Fuck what you talking about. Fuck what it is. I'm telling you right now, I am seeing it right now. Fuck what you said. I'm telling you. If Crawford got hurt by Gamboa, if Crawford got hurt by Kevin Velasquez, he got knocked down and they didn't see that shit. Don't give me that bullshit that he's gonna go in there and destroy Canelo Alvarez. Yes, it's gonna be a great fight. Yes, I want to see it. And guess what? No matter what they say, Charlo's next. Fuck it. Let him do what he says. Let him talk his shit. But Al Heyman's gonna put him there. You want to make some bread or not? I'm here. Because I ain't gonna deliver you no more fights. You gotta wake the fuck up. Charlo's next. And then we get Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford's gonna get established at 168. It's not that easy. Sugar Ray Leonard, retired, fought Hagler. Great fight. But those are two different circumstances. Facts! And I'm telling you right now, as we hear it right now, Canelo Alvarez will fight Crawford. It's going to be a great fight. We all going to pay for it. Even you, Nez, and me, and whoever want to fucking steal the fight, steal it. Don't give a fuck. The pay-per-view event's going to be great. And guess what? The last fight's going to be with the Zone in Saudi Arabia with Golden Boy. And that's what it is. The Swan Song. Mexican versus Mexican. Fuck Benavidez. Ecuadorian, guacamole, don't mean shit to nobody. At the end of the day, Arizona don't even adopt him as a son. I'm telling you right now, Canelo Alvarez will retire against the Munguia fight in DAZN, Saudi Arabia. It is what it is. And whoever wants to hate on my name is kiss my ass twice. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville. Baltimore, stand the fuck up.
There you go. You heard it.
I don't know how Tip gonna come behind that.
Yeah, there. Here.
Yeah, we ain't burnt the booth down.
Thank you so much, Ness. It's the inevitable. D-Block, D-Town, D-City. Hey, man. These dudes keep calling in with that bullshit. These last two callers, man, y'all take y'all asses on. So nobody give a fuck about Crawford and Canelo, man. Look, we want to see Benavidez versus Canelo. We want to see Terrence Blood Crawford versus the winner of Tim Tszyu, Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? These fans out here calling for a dude to jump up 3 weight classes, and they don't even want these motherfuckers to fight the dudes in their division. You know what I'm saying? The best fighters in their division. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Y'all are some sick motherfuckers, bro. Y'all are really sick. And it's nasty out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a disease spreading right now, bro. It's really a disease. And then y'all keep talking this Turkey Al-Sheikh bullshit. Look. And Terrence Crawford and Canelo go over to Saudi, bro. Ain't nothing but 30 people gonna be watching that shit. Cause motherfuckers ain't waking up on Saturday morning after they go clubbing on a Friday night. They can't host it on a Sunday because people will be at church and it's too early in California for people to watch it. See what I'm saying? The shit gonna flop either way. I'm just speaking the reality of it. So if they want to go over to Saudi, go ahead, go to Saudi, because ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about the fight. I keep telling y'all this. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why they did the little 55K that they did, even while having Deontay Wilder on the card, because they don't know what audience to reach out to. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Oshaki Foster, Abraham Nova, tomorrow night, ESPN. You know what I'm saying? It's the takeover, the real takeover. Shout out to my boy Lamont Roach. I'm hoping we get that fight between Oshaki and Roach. You know what I'm saying? Charlo Oshaki win tomorrow night. And y'all already know, March 30th, the biggest fight of the year. You know what I'm saying? The most exciting card of the year. Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu, co-main by Rolis Romero and Isaac Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. That's something out.
All right, champ. Let's see what we got. Stone Bone, what it do?
What up? What up?
What's good with you?
Yeah, man. Feels good, Ness, don't it, man? Feels good. And that's, Wild always say, speak it, believe it, receive it. You know what I mean? You want to go get it and make it happen. You know what I mean? Bud is going to fight Canelo, man. And a lot of guys are upset. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? One of the greatest fighters of your generation get his hands on Canelo, and I'm ready to see it. And listen, I'm not saying David don't deserve to fight, or I'm not saying David shouldn't be right there, but we know what the green print is. We just saw it with Ryan and Tank. When the Mexicans and the blacks get together and produce, especially when you know he a killer, Mexicans know a killer. You understand me? They knew Tank was a killer. They knew Floyd was of that creed. You got to be of that ilk for the Mexicans to respect you in the ring like that. They ain't gonna be talking that running shit, none of that shit. They gonna be knowing that's a real fight. And I went through. Hey Ness, we always say David is being he deserved the fight, right? Based off of his last two fights out.
Damn, he must have got a call or he in them Colorado mountains. Stone Bone, is you there?
He might be on the road.
Yeah. Leo, what up? Leo. You gotta unmute, Leo. All right. Timboski,
Yo,
what up?
yo,
We hear you.
yo.
Brother, we hear you. Good brother, we hear you. All righty then. Leo. Khaled.
Yo, what up? What up, Ness? Yo, hello, hello,
Yeah,
hello.
we hear you. We hear you. What's up?
What up? Man, why is Tip acting like Bud and Canelo are in the middle of their prime? Man, both of them are at the end of their prime. This is the time to have that fight. I mean, what are we gonna do? Wait 3 more years? That's just dumb. Don't nobody care about who's gonna win out of Tim Zoo and Keith Thurman. I hate to say it, man. I mean, only us hardcore care, but the masses don't care. You know, we got to see it, man. It's the most intriguing fight. It's the only fight you're gonna see someone get brutally knocked out, or someone's gonna commit. It's gonna be history made. You know, either Bud's gonna pull up the upset of a lifetime and win, or we're gonna see a brutal knockout. The Benavidez fight, man. I keep telling people, man, if Benavidez really wants that fight, he ain't really pushing for it. He ain't pushing for it, Ness. He could have gone WC route. He keeps saying he's happy with the PVC and how he's being managed. His dad keeps saying they don't pick their own fights. He signed a 3-fight deal that didn't have Canelo in it, and he was happy to sign the deal and get the money. But then he's saying he wants Canelo. I don't know how you could be happy with a company, but they ain't giving you what you want. I don't get it, man. That's just crazy. That's all I got, Ness.
All right, champ. Khaled is on you. You got to cut out.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut out.
Yo. Oh shit.
Hold on a minute, Khaled. Go ahead. I mean, let them know where they can find you.
King Amin Invest 1 on IG, King Amin Invest 1 on Twitter, and those championship rounds on YouTube. Just put up the last episode of Women's Boxing Wednesday, talking about my dark horse in the featherweight division, Caddis Artingstall. She might be the one, even over Scott Nicholson and Raven Chapman. So check that out, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll check you out in the morning, man. Salute.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. And we gonna keep it moving. Solo Dolo Scarface, no Manolo. You already know. Khaled is on you.
Yo, bro, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Bad God. Man, bro, that Twitter shit, I was struggling yesterday, but I think I got it now. I'm on my laptop, so we good. Man, a lot to. All right, okay, here we go. I'm happy about the news that we got because I know that Mr. Alvarez is gonna fight David Benavidez. From him being in the talks to I want to fight for 5 more years, I know that he gonna fight him. So I'm happy about that fight. I'm happy to hear that news. I want to see Jaime Munguia, David. I'm not really interested in the Bud fight, but I see the economics of it. So I'm not, and I want to see my brother get paid.
I want to see him because I feel like he's gonna do some great stuff out of Omaha, and I want him to have the funds to do it. So I'm not hating on him getting no money. I just don't think. I just see zero pathway to him winning, and that brings me like a question to you, Ness. Like, you've been talking about the economics, and I kind of heard you on like other podcasts say, "Yo, I don't think like Bud ain't never been in the ring with nobody like this." Like, do you think this is a 50-50 fight, or you think Bud got a chance, or is it like you just looking at it like, "Hey, yo, this is huge for the sport," because you want to see the sport move forward? But do you think Bud really finna go up here and really do something with him, bro?
I do believe he has a shot, man. I mean, for all the reasons that everybody's saying, but those are also the same. Like, everybody is selling the truth, right? Like, oh, he got a wrestling background. Oh, he's strong. All that is true. Just like you saying the truth that weight classes matter, and he's too small and he's moving up 21 pounds. All that is true, but only on fight night is it gonna matter.
You're right.
Which one is gonna overcome, because skills still pay the bills. Floyd was always smaller. Floyd never was like a dude that rehydrated above 150. Like, the dude just was little. So, again, he did it to Canelo. And yes, it was a younger version, but he did it. He was able to keep Canelo off of him. Canelo wasn't this amazing, come forward. Oh, like, we weren't fearful for Floyd, and Floyd way smaller.
Yeah, but I've gotten so much better at that point. I done walked up and down weight class. And then there's another point too. Like, when we say like Bud, you ain't never seen nobody like Canelo in the ring. Like, I've seen remnants of you. I haven't seen like the total package of a Bud Crawford, but I've seen a great counterpuncher in like Triple G. Like, I've seen like a guy that has great feet and like Laura and like Caleb Plant, and like I've been in the ring with arguably like the greatest ever, Floyd Mayweather. So yes, Terrence Bud Crawford, like, you are a tremendous fighter, but you are not unfamiliar to me. Like you aren't something that I haven't seen or like I can't wrestle with. And you a welterweight, so I know you can't hurt me. Like, it's nothing. I'm just like, the skill argument doesn't apply to Canelo because I'm very fucking skilled. Like, I'm a pound for pound motherfucker.
You got hella counter punches from the other day. You want to run them?
Hell yeah, God. Let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I hear you, but they stack up very well. First of all, I don't know if you know, but Canelo is 3.5 inches less in reach. Crawford is.
Yeah, but I fought dudes in reach already. I fought like the Callum Smiths, and I dealt with the Kovalevs on the reach shit. That ain't bothering me.
It did bother you. It did bother you in the Bivol fight, and I got 2.5 more inches than Bivol.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, but the weight though, like, but then it's like.
Yeah, but Crawford posted after the Earl fight that he was 190.
Yeah, but you got to fight 12 rounds in there. You ain't fighting consistently at 190. Like, you got to fight 12 rounds in there. Everything is unfamiliar. Like, I'm implementing all A-side shit. I'm not giving you no small ass ring. I'm not doing no catch weights. You got to come up here and deal with me up here, and you're not fighting at 190. I feel. What you think Bud coming to ring at fight night? Earl Spence. How much you think he weigh?
I don't know, but this the thing. You can't put it past nobody after Devin Haney weighed 25 pounds, more, and then Conor weighed 21 pounds, and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. weighed 22 pounds more. Like, yo, some dudes regain. Some dudes is big.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Look, I also want to highlight, it's another point, and I've been sitting on these points for a minute, so I'm glad I got a little time. Thank you. Hey, look, I think that the mental aspect of this fight is going to be a little crucial as well, because I know that Bud Crawford coming into this for like a payday. He's saying a 3-time undisputed, 3-time division champion, and I believe you, but it's another way you can go about it. You don't have to go to 21 pounds route. This definitely feel like a cash out. So that same focus, that same mental to like nasty that you had in that Earl Spence fight. Like, when I saw him in the room and he was wrapping his hand, he said, yo, this is my moment. This is what I've been waiting for. I got to chill because I'm like, yeah, this brother's locked in. He know that this is his nemesis. He about to go undisputed. He's locked the fuck in. I don't know if this is the same mental edge. Yeah, I'm gonna come in and fight. Yeah, I ain't no bitch. I'm a dog. But it's like, this is my cash out. This is my way out fight. This is my send off. Now, if I win, I get a rematch, but I'm cool not winning and just cashing the fuck out and leaving. So that mental edge component, I don't know if it's gonna be there. Yeah, you want to win, but it's not the same Earl Spence like type of mentality, I don't think, because it's not as much to gain. Because I'm not in here with my nemesis. I'm in here with a cash out, and it's like I ain't got shit to lose either way. So that could be a thing, bro. Like, motherfucker's 37. He 37. He gonna be 37 by the time he fight him, bro. He gonna be 37. Like, I don't know, Black. I don't know, Ness. But it's boxing. Anything can happen. But it's just so many disadvantages. I gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? Do I got one more or that's it?
Nah, you got another one.
All right, here we go. So, but what you think about the mental part, bro? What you think about that part? Like the mental component of it, like the psyche, because you've been around them, so you know.
Who's psyche though?
Terrence Crawford, bro. I mean, I feel that could, Bud psyche being that I'm in here.
He's super
this really like my
competitive,
cash
man.
out fight.
Nah, I don't look at it as a cash out fight, but obviously it is gonna be in the eyes of the world. He's 36. He'll be 37 by the time they fight. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's gonna be looked at that no matter what. But nah, he's super competitive, so I don't look at it like that myself from a personal standpoint. And other people that know him, or feel that they know him from the outside looking in and seeing videos of how competitive he is and how he don't like to lose at nothing he do, maybe they gonna feel the same way. But I do feel, he do got that mental drive.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my last and final point. Like, one of the great equalizers is, like, I can come forward if I think you can't hurt me. And I just don't think Canelo gonna go into the ring thinking that you can hurt me. Like, if the 54-pounder and if these other motherfuckers, I'm confident in my chin. Confident I'd have been here with some punches. And you coming up. And yes, we've heard stories about you knocking out heavyweights.
Yeah, but what's the phrase Mike made famous, champ? You out here wilding.
What is it? Say it for me. I
Getting
forgot.
punched in the face. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. It
You're
don't
right.
matter what Canelo thought he seen or been in the ring with. If Crawford hit him and that shit hurt, it's over. You know? If it don't, then he gonna walk him down. But if he either gonna respect the power or not.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna respect it, and I don't think Terrence Crawford can hurt him. But I love to. Either way, we'll see, because it's probably gonna happen. It's like it's.
See, this
it's
is
like
why I wanted like Crawford, Jaime Munguia, but I don't even think Jaime. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what he need a tune-up.
Yeah, but none of these dudes is gonna take that chance, and Crawford ain't gonna make the money he looking for the risk. That's why he trying to go up there.
Yeah, cash. Yeah, I would feel more confident and comfortable if he got like an acclamation. Like, it's like, bro, how I'm supposed to believe you never been up here with these niggas? These niggas up here different. I know you great and
you
tremendous.
You just gotta believe. You gotta believe. You gotta believe in T-Bud. You just gotta believe in Bud.
Hey yo, Tiafimo was saying that Eddie Hearn is losing money. Is that true? Before I go, is that true? Is he lying?
I don't know how. He just signed Matias. They going to Puerto Rico. I don't know how. Know, I mean, it just don't. I don't know how.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I can't see it till I see it. Bet. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. I'm trying to grow. Did you share my shit? We got Matt Bent $105 super chat. Daily dose of Tank Quill. Tank training with the bracelet on his ankle. Hitless. Haney Shakur Tio, No Mas, Matias, then Bud in 2025. Bro, that's been his hit list since he started his pro career, man. Knock it off. Don't nobody believe that shit no more, man. Nobody. Tank do what he want. You got to be Spanish to get a fight. Gotta be cool. What up?
Yeah.
What up?
What's going on, chat? What's going on, chat? Yeah, man. What if? Well, what I was thinking too was that what if they considering because like you said they considering Benavidez the American. What if they're considering Berlanga the American? And that would throw everybody the fuck off and say, well, he'll fight him, the all Puerto Rican American, kind of switch up. And nobody even thought about that after, because he's fighting
You're right.
now, right?
You're right, but that would mean that the announcement is not getting done till Monday next week. Berlanga fights Saturday. They said they're announcing next week, so that would mean next Saturday. That would mean Monday after Saturday of next week. Not this week, but next, the 24th, Berlanga fights.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't announce a Berlanga fight if the motherfucker ain't fight and win yet. You feel me?
Yeah.
And even if he win, did he look good? Did he deserve to win? You know what I'm saying?
But at this point, I mean, that makes sense, right? It doesn't fall in the timeline. But as far as looking good and deserve to win, that doesn't even make sense anymore now in boxing world because
of course, to an extent. Like, not do we deserve it from a ranking standpoint? Do we deserve it from how good he looked in his last fight? Like, look at Shakur. If it ain't matter for Shakur, why Shakur ain't getting no fights?
No, but like at Fortuna, not Fortuna. What's his name? Towering Turner. He just got knocked out. He's fighting for the title next. This shit's crazy.
Who?
Fundora. He fighting for the title next, and he got knocked out by Brian Mendoza.
Yeah, but that shit wasn't supposed to happen. He that was some last minute shit. Al Heyman called in a favor once they took the Zoo fight. You didn't notice that once the Zoo fight got stripped of the belt, then all of a sudden the WBC announced that? That was a fucking phone call favor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We all know that was a favor, and that but that's just crazy. That's why I say, like, right now, boxing is it's crazy right now. You don't even know what you're gonna get now anymore. But I mean, it's now that you say that, kind of, I was like, well, maybe then now it kind of puts Crawford to the front of the line. If he did announce that he's fighting the American next or a American, because I was looking at the rankings, ain't no American worth him fighting and making some money. But then again, explain to me, because I want to ask you, how does because he signed with Azteca, right? Did he sign with Azteca, or is he just like showing his fights through Azteca?
Yeah, he shows his fights for free through Azteca. He got a deal with them for sure to show it free.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with anything else. It's just that so it's just that he's going to be able to show his. So they're paying him to see his fights pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So it has nothing to do with. Okay, so that makes sense. Because I was trying to figure out then, like whose fighter it would make sense to. Like it would only be it would have to be Crawford, because ain't no American fighter out there worth. Because Charlo is out the loop. But then again, man, we talking about fucking Canelo, and Canelo has had it in for those guys, and they've been talking how Canelo was a duck and all this other shit. So he might take him now. You know what I'm saying? Take them now that they at the lowest, beat the shit out of them for talking all that shit that I was running from them. Fuck it, he already got one, get the other brother. And then as far as Benavidez, the only concern I have with Benavidez is will people do to him, to Canelo, what they did to Mayweather, and saying that he called Benavidez too young, too early on in his career. Because if you look at Benavidez,
it won't be too young now. Maybe back then when he was wilding and, missing weight there. But now he ain't too young. Benavidez is seasoned now.
And what term? And the age? How old is Ben? He's still young in age, right?
My dude, it don't matter your age. It's a matter of your experience. Canelo wasn't young because of his age. He was young because of his experience. He didn't have enough experience to be in there with Floyd. I think that absolutely Benavidez has now seen many styles, been in there with common opponents. He's good. He's ready to go.
I just see it as his resume, right? His resume, he's only really fought two names and two people that were still, not Caleb Plant, besides Caleb Plant. I see it, Andrade was really untested, and this Benavidez was his step-up fight. You know what I'm saying? And before that, he fought a David Lemieux that was old and small. So like,
Yeah, but when you say untested, what do you mean? Because
Andrade,
Demetrius was
oh,
yeah, like what the fuck does untested mean to you?
because he really never. He's another one. He's kind of in that similar boat. I mean, he on his resume, the only guy I could think of, Andrade, if I'm not mistaken, he only guy he fought was Quigley from overseas.
I mean,
Like big name wise.
in the last couple years, yeah, but he's got other names on his resume that make you know he's good. Remember, he beat Martirosyan, he beat Willie Nelson, he beat Jack Coolclay.
Forgot about Willie Nelson.
Yeah, nah, he beat Brian Rhodes. I mean, look, again, none of these are world beaters. And
Yeah, no, they're touch.
Canelo said what he said for a reason, but I don't think that he was untested.
Okay, that was just the point that I was trying to. I really wanted to talk into was to see if Berlanga was the dude. You know what I'm saying? That might be something, but you kind of cracked that in the head. And then as far as with Benavidez,
I mean, listen, it
feel
could be he's Puerto Rican. That's part of America. But listen, that's the bell. But yeah, absolutely, it could still be. But Berlanga got to get the win. I just think that would push the timeline a little bit back more. That would make the announcement not be next week, maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe that still can be an option. But Berlanga needs to look good. I don't think that Canelo is going to be like, why would his Mexican fans support buying the Berlanga fight if Berlanga don't look good? What up, Moose?
Loud and clear.
You good?
All right, all right. Yeah, that brother, he made me laugh when he was like, yeah, he gonna get the other brother. And they've been saying that Canelo been ducking. And I was like, man, I was one of those people watching YouTube videos. My brother speaking about how Canelo ducking the Charlo smoke and stuff like that. And I even adopted that as truth. Now I don't know if it's real, but I was one of those people, so I was a hit dog in that situation when he spoke on the rhetoric. But yeah, man, a couple of calls ago, you serenaded your boy with that Bud Believe. And that inspired me to say something. It's this cartoon called Dragon Ball Z. And the main character is Goku. He puts his hands up and he does a move called the Spirit Bomb. And in doing that, he needs the help from everybody around the world to lift their hands and to give him their energy. So when you said we got to believe in Bud, that's what I start feeling. I'm like, man, you know what? We got to give him our energy. And maybe something going to happen. But, yeah, man, it's just hypothetical. I'm going for Bud, obviously, because I'm a black man. But do I think Bud's going to win? I don't know. The odds are against him. But I don't know. But, yeah, man, it's good to be alive. It's good to be on TBV. And everybody have a blessed day.
Amen, champ. Appreciate you. I'm trying to look for this thing I had shared on an earlier show. It was a Bud Super Saiyan. I don't know. It's on Overtime Boxing, though, or is it on ESPN Ringside? I don't know. Fuck. It would have went good with your call, but it might be on. Yeah, let me check ESPN in the meantime. I'm going to get the Nike Hendrix.
Shouts out to the boxing voice, man. Shouts out Ness, Danny, whole squad. So I know Canelo said he wasn't fighting a Mexican, right? Canelo announced that one, right?
Canelo said he was fighting an American, but his trainer is saying that he will fight all 4 names he dropped today, which are Charlo, Crawford, Benavidez, and Munguia. They're all in negotiations. They're
That's what
all
I'm
in
saying.
talks.
Munguia, he was born in Mexico, right?
Yeah, he from Tijuana. He the
Oh
real
man, he
deal.
part of it, yeah, the heart of Mexico. Okay, so yeah, man, what the heck? Come on, Renault. So like that,
Yeah,
hey
but remember
man,
that
no,
remember that Canelo's the fighter, Reynoso's the manager. So Canelo might be
yeah, I
saying
know,
it's an American, but Reynoso's the manager.
yeah, I know, but it's like Renault. So man, go with your. I'm tired of these managers, promoters, and stuff not going with what they fighter want.
Okay.
It's like, I don't like that shit, man. It's like he heard Canelo out his own mouth tell his people and the American people that he's not fighting a Mexican. Don't mention Munguia, man. Like, don't even mention his name no more now. I mean, Belonga, he not Mexican, but he's Spanish, right?
Yeah, he Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, yeah. See, I know Canelo to fight some Spanish people before. I think his only Mexican is Chavez, ain't it?
Say again?
Uh, I think Canelo only the only Mexican he fought against was Julio Cesar Chavez, right?
I mean, there's been some others, but yeah, that's the only big name.
Okay. But recently, that's what I'm saying. And with Benavidez, even though he was born in Phoenix, Arizona, man, the man is Mexican, man. His parents, the real deal. His grandmother, grandfather, the real deal. Like that's where he grew up. You know, like he might have been born in America. You know, I'm pretty sure he didn't have time. He go back and forth to Mexico. And shit, you really want to be honest, fucking Arizona, Mexico anyway. Texas, Arizona, California, all that shit, Mexico anyway. Shit. So, hey man, I mean, could have left his name off there too, but at least that Charlo name don't look good. Shit, man. Shit. Charlo. And I'm a big fan of Jamal, man. I always said Jamal was the better fighter out of the brothers, but his shot with Canelo is done for. You've been chasing him for the longest. Canelo, hey, you ain't get your shot with Canelo. And how can we blame Canelo? He ain't, I mean, he was a champ or whatever, but he ain't put the type of work Canelo put in to be trying to chase him for that shot. Like Andre, when Canelo called him that horrible fighter. Andre, and then he get in there with Benavidez and get brutalized. So now everybody looking at Canelo like,
Champ, that's the bell. Timboski.
Yo,
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 we hear you.
salute, man. Ooh, 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 ooh. What's good, man? What's going on, Nesla? What you saying, blood?
Chilling.
Yeah, man. Another interesting day in the world of boxing, man. We got people hating on the fight. We got people loving the fight. We got people giving Crawford no chance whatsoever. We got people giving Canelo Alvarez another L on his resume, a credible L at that, because he has lost to only the elites, only the best, only the pound for pound guys. So, like I said, man, I've been an advocate when it comes to someone like David Benavidez, which I do believe he does. People have swayed me to believing that he does deserve the fight, because I'm a guy of, as a man, you have to take accountability for the mistakes that you made. You know what I'm saying? But we'll move on. I just wanted to get one thing out of the way, Ness. If Benavidez is no option coming down the line and later on in the year, what do you think he should do? What do you think he should go and do? Do you think he can move up to 175, take some reins up there, and then only?
Nah. I'm gonna interview his strength and conditioning coach Memo Heredia, but on Twitter, Memo Heredia said that David should be able to make at least 3 more fights. So yeah, get him a Billy. His father's starting to pay attention to him a Billy. That'll be a fun
I said
fight.
this.
That'd be a fun fight for David. Maybe go to Canada for that fight just to build your resume and build your,
I
you
said
know,
this.
get international. If not Mabili, you know,
No, I said this. I said this.
Charlo.
Listen. I said
He
this.
should fight Charlo,
I
or
said
Jaime.
listen, this. I said this. I put David Benavidez in a Devin Haney type of situation, but Devin Haney reaped the benefits of the rewards. You understand what I'm saying to you? He was chasing Tank. He was chasing Teofimo Lopez. He didn't get those fights. What did he want? What did he go and do? Fight Lomachenko. You know, fight those type of names. You know, fight Regis Prograis. Get his name. Now he's getting the Ryan fight. You know what I'm saying to you? So I like to see David Benavidez, someone of that caliber, someone of that stature. Go get a Christian and Billy fight. Go to Canada. Go and take on a Munguia, maybe a Munguia in Mexico or in Arizona, where they both do good numbers there. You know what I'm saying to you? Canelo Alvarez, I would love to see that Crawford fight. I hear people calling, oh no, no one wants to see that. Oh, Crawford this, Crawford that. Crawford has paved his way to deserve to reap the rewards of what he's been doing. Who are we to try and discomfort this man? He's a multi-millionaire. He's made whatever he's wanted to make for his family or whatever his legacy. If he wants to go up and go and fight Canelo Alvarez, he thinks that's another generational peer in his class, then so be it. It's a suspense. You got people that think he's going to get knocked out, and you got people that think he's going to come and even knock out Canelo Alvarez. So it's a suspense of that factor. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it'll be great for the boxing world and the boxing community to get that type of fight. As for David Benavidez and the rest of those guys, I would like to see Charlo in there with Plant. And you were saying before Ness that we would love our Heyman to put on that type of undercard with Plant and Charlo. Well, the money ain't gonna be there for that type of bout. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, like I said before, man, I don't know how long my time is gonna run out, but salute to Ness, salute to everybody in the boxing community. Hope you and your families are alright. You get me? And don't let your past haunt you, man. Don't let it haunt you, man. Salute. Thank you.
Yeah, man, the undercard would be great if Canelo fought, you know, and had Benavidez on the undercard. That would be perfect, man. That's how the Canelo Mayweather fight was built, because Canelo was on all his undercards. Matador, what up?
Yo, what up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright. So where did Eddy Reynoso interview come from? I'm just curious. Was it on Box Azteca?
I gotta check my history to find the name. Is it something I'm not familiar with?
Oh, okay. But yeah,
It's one of those Spanish channels.
Jaime
It's a
was
Spanish
just
channel. Hold on, I got it. It is MVS Noticias.
MVS Noticias. Yeah, that's a Mexican channel. That's for sure. That's not over here. But yeah, I was watching the Jaime Munguia interview on ProBox Espanol. He was saying he wasn't talking to Canelo since before the Ryder fight. Like, they hadn't been in negotiations. So, I mean, unless he was like, he kind of didn't really. He couldn't really
but
like say that he was in
Jaime's not
negotiations.
Fernando Beltran, my boy. Just like Canelo's
Yeah,
not
I know.
Eddie.
You're right.
Just like Canelo's not Eddie. So
He could be
Canelo
in the
said
back there.
American, and Eddie said two Mexicans, because the manager's the one managing. He the one in the back end working.
Yeah. You're right. They might not have presented it to him yet, so that's true. But did you watch that interview? Man,
Hell yeah.
the whole that studio. Oh my God! Like I don't even want to watch it. Like, when they talk about Canelo, like Juan Manuel and everyone in the studio, they like pressured Munguia to talk bad about Canelo. It was kind of like overboard. I'm like, damn,
Oh, I didn't
chill.
see
They were
that.
like,
I thought you
what are
was
you gonna
talking
do? What are
about.
you gonna do?
I thought you was talking about this interview. Which one you talking about? They did a Pro Box interview?
Yeah, like I think yesterday or 2 days ago, but I just saw it like yesterday, I think, and it
Send
was
it
Jaime
to me.
Munguia. It's on the channel. It's on the ProBox TV Espanol.
Let me try.
It's like one of their like latest 2 videos or something. But yeah, man. Oh my God, I watched the whole thing. I said they were like pressuring Munguia to say something bad about him. Like, oh, he won't fight you, blah blah blah. Like you gotta watch it though. It was
Yeah, I
it was
see it
kind
here.
of
It's
like
2 days ago.
yeah,
Entrevista
yeah. I'm
con
like
Jaime Munguia. Charlo no será
yeah,
una pelea
right.
atractiva. He
You
wildin'.
gotta
How you
watch
gonna
it.
say Charlo won't be a good fight? What the fuck?
No, they're crazy, bro. They're
Puta
crazy.
mierda. That's crazy.
Also, actually, on the English one, they just posted a video about Al Heyman not making fights, and it got taken down already. Like I just saw it yesterday, and they took it down. I don't even know if you watched that one, but I don't know if
Nah.
Al hit him with the gag order or something. But that shit is gone now.
Get out of here. When you click the link,
I'm not
is
joking.
it broken?
It's gone. It's gone because I was gonna talk about that today, but it's completely gone. It's not on their channel no more. They just posted it yesterday.
So
You know they post a video every day.
What was the context?
It was Sean Porter on the front, and he was saying like it was what was the note? It said PBC not making fights. Sean Porter speaks on Al Heyman, and I said okay, I watched it, but it got taken down already. It's only been a day, not even a day, less than a day, and they took it down. That's why I'm like,
I mean,
Al must have
you
had a
get
gag
phone
order or
calls.
something.
You get phone calls, man. You get phone calls and like, hey, can you take that down? You know, that shit just happened to me this morning.
I just thought that's kind of weird. Like they don't take any of their videos down. They talk about everything and everyone, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden it's CBC. And
but you said a key word there. Let's see if you caught it. What was the most important word you said that would relate to that video being taken down?
Al Heyman,
Other than now,
BBC,
Sean Porter, who works
Sean
for
Porter. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Probot.
So like
And
it's
he works
Porter.
with him too.
It's
Yeah.
Porter saying something. It don't even gotta be Al. It could be somebody related, associated, or just a friend of him. Like, yo, that don't make you look good. You shouldn't have said that. And he probably called Pro about, yo, take that shit down. I fucked up. We gonna do it
But
again.
he actually had his back in the video, so I don't know. He had his back. He's like, when I was with Al, you know, everything was good. When PBC started, you know, we were good. Al always finds a way to make the fights happen. Like he said nothing bad. Like he never does, but like I don't know. I just thought it was weird, but yeah, man, watch that Jaime interview. Oh man, they're pressuring that boy. But I think it's gonna be Benavidez. Watch, I think he's gonna shock the world, and it's gonna be Benavidez May. I changed my mind. I think it's gonna be Benavidez somehow, some way. All right, that's all I got.
Fats, what up?
Yo, Ness.
What's good?
What's good? What's good, Champ? What's good? So, what they saying? He talking to Benavidez now?
Yeah, Eddy Reynoso, his manager, said that they're in negotiation or talks to Benavidez, Munguia, Charlo, and Crawford.
I don't believe it. He trying to dim the fire out. He trying to dim the fire out. Get this dude out of boxing. If he don't fight Benavidez next, just retire, man. We don't want to see you. Nobody want to see you no more. Like nothing is interesting about him. His ring walks trash. His style trash. He phony. He just beat up on old guys that's making their comeback. Just got finished, you know what I mean? Going through whatever it is they going through. It ain't his fault, but we tired of the cherry picking. We tired of it. You know, if he ain't going, it's Benavidez or nothing. It's Benavidez or nothing. That's like you gotta stop this.
So you don't want
He
Crawford?
gonna fight Munguia. You know I don't care about that damn fight. If it happened, it happened, but I don't care about it. I don't care about it. I'm not hating on it, but like, you know, I want Crawford, he gonna get his bag. You know what I mean? Get your bag. That's what you want to do. This might be his last fight. Like, who knows? But I don't care to see it. I want to see the best dudes in the best weight class go against each other. Like, what's up with all this? Like, this shit phony. He not in no damn talks with Benavidez. He just saying it to calm everybody down. Don't fall for it. It's the same old tricks. The same shit he do. He gonna turn around. If anything, he'll fight Munguia. Because right now, Munguia's still wet behind the ears. I think Munguia, I used to think Munguia had the skills to beat him. But when he kept on picking cherry pick after cherry pick, lately he been stepping it up. I like his last two fights, his last two opponents, but I feel like right now he fight Munguia, that's still a cool fight, but we know who you running from. Is no other option. It's Benavidez or nothing. That's we don't want to see all this Crawford, bring him up 3 weight classes. Oh, I'm gonna bring you up 2 weight classes. Oh, you just coming back. You've been doing whatever you've been doing, fucking around. Oh, I'm gonna come get you, big brother. Nah, man, come on, man. We don't want to see this shit. We don't want to see this shit. This dude is a disgrace to boxing. I don't pay my money to see him. My father, he loved Canelo. I be like, what the fuck you love about him? Like, I just be tripping off of him. Like, I'm like, his ring walk phony. You really don't even understand what he's saying half the time. I mean, he cool, but his style in the ring is just, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. He got caught cheating. Clenbuterol, right, Ness?
Yep.
Yeah, he a disgrace, bro.
Yeah, but you know
He a
that
disgrace.
so many people in Mexico pop for clenbuterol. You know that thing is just like it's just part of the game out there. The meat.
It's part of the game, right?
And the meat, yeah.
It's part of the game. I mean, cool. I mean, if you want to rig the game, hey, do what you gonna do. But I know if I was one of them people, he did me with that shit. I see him on the streets, I want blood. I'm gonna give it to his ass. It's on site. If I find out he had that shit in his system when he was fucking with me in that ring, yeah, it's a problem. But yeah, get Canelo out of boxing. Get Cinnamon out of boxing, man.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. My boy James Benitez, what it do?
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, hey Ness, man. Look, man, I normally agree with what Fat says, man, but not tonight, man. Like, I don't know how the hell he doesn't give a damn about Bud potentially fighting Canelo, man. We all clamor for it. We want the best fight the best. You know, we don't have to specify. We want the best in the division to fight the best in the division. Now we just want to see the best fight spirit in boxing, man. Those 3 potential names, man, besides Charlo, in my opinion, those are all great fights, man, for Canelo. So whichever one he ends up lands on, I'm satisfied with it, man. Canelo ain't got to prove shit to any of us. You know, he gave a great career. He said he's gonna give us 5 more years of great boxing. He'll get to them niggas whenever he gets to them, man. Point blank, period. Now what the caller before, I think it was Leo talking about the Al Heyman shit. I mean, that's bad for Sean Porter, man. If that's what he was doing, man. You can't be talking out of pocket about Al, man. Because next thing you know, other shit gonna start happening to you, man. So
I mean,
I
he
hope,
ain't even with
I
Al
hope,
no more, really. I mean, I guess he want to do the same. He want to do the Amazon Prime commentating, though.
yeah, the Amazon Prime commentating the shit. You know, because in the day, if he burns this bridge with Al, where he gonna be stuck on just doing pro? He gonna have to be like Paulie and be on pro box and shit, which ain't a bad thing, but it's just not going to be the biggest thing. You know, he ain't gonna be able to talk on the biggest cards going forward. You know, and I don't think Sean wants that. He wants more than that, man. So hopefully he can get that relationship cleaned up and straight. But I'm glad that he feels the way that most of us public feel, that we know PBC ain't really getting it done in boxing. You know, like all these PBC campaigners, they say they put out the best fights all the time, and what we see now, we see disgruntled fighters going in to take less money than fighting the Ryan Garcias of the world. We see niggas passing up paydays left and right, all types of shit, man, because of Al's promises. So even though, like what they say, man, Sean didn't have to be the messenger of that. It could have been somebody else on this panel. It didn't have to come from Sean. Like if they did on the Porterway podcast, it could have came from his homie. His homie could have said those words for Sean, not Sean himself. Other than that, Ness, man, appreciate you. Appreciate the content as always. Glad we're not doing a live fight chat with JoJo Diaz and shit, because that would have been trash. I'm surprised this morning show didn't have the same engagement as always, but JoJo ain't it. But one thing I was thinking about earlier. You remember years ago, man, when you had that stripper come on for that Untitled, and we had call-ins for Untitles and shit.
I believe so.
Yeah, I miss those days, man. Would you ever be open to do like a live Untitled for open to everybody? maybe like once a month or once every blue moon or something like that. Because I think when you have dead air topics like JoJo Diaz, I mean, shit, something like that would probably be
Bruh, this
way
a
more
tune-up.
engaging,
This a
man.
tune-up on a Thursday night. Like, what? You see, we getting too spoiled. Like, when else is a JoJo or a fighter on the level of JoJo supposed to do a tune-up if not on a Thursday?
Oh man,
Nah, but
that's
I
man, ain't
get you
nobody
though. I
take.
get you. Like, it shouldn't
Yeah,
be a main event. Maybe that's the problem.
yeah. It shouldn't be a main event when we know there was a better fight that JoJo should have took, and he avoided it, man. And I still don't think he's gonna try to go back and fight Schofield, man. I really don't think so, man. I don't
Schofield
think he
fighting
really.
a Dominican, man. Battle of the Dominicans. He fighting the number 2 Dominican in DR. He Dominican, so he trying to show like he going for the scalp.
Okay, so he's gonna prove to everybody that he ain't green like Keyshawn trying to say, because I think.
Nah, not really, because this opponent ain't Javier Fortuna. This is just another Dominican that lost to Sterling Castillo, but still another good, fight and step in the right direction, right?
Well, when you look at both of these resumes, man, and I see Keyshawn calling him green, who would you say really got a better fight resume, man? I
Keyshawn
know
is
you.
being moved faster for sure.
Keyshawn's being moved faster for sure.
Oh yeah.
But you don't think it's the fact that because he's older than him? Because Keyshawn got 4 years on the little young boy, man.
And a plethora of experience in the amateurs, man. You gotta factor that in.
I mean, like if you really look at it, I mean, I think Schofield's being moved pretty fast, though. To be honest, man, he's showing that he can compete with the Keyshawns right now. I'm just saying, man, he doesn't have the same amount of experience or even the years on this earth, man. It's just something to think about, man. I think him and Keyshawn, they fight. It's a 50-50 fight, man. That's point blank, period.
Yeah,
But I
I
don't
don't know
think
about all that, but I hear you, champ.
you don't know all about that.
That'd be your bet to lose. Yeah, no, I just feel like Keyshawn is you know what I'm saying? He's doing more.
Come, come on, my nigga, man. Like, let's be honest, man.
Champ,
Like,
he's doing more. You know that.
Nah, man. Like, if Poster was
right.
at that weight, if Poster was at that weight of 135, would have been a better fight, man. Instead of getting drained down. Anyways, man. Shout out to you.
Postal,
Shout out
you
to the
mean
community, man. I'm out.
Pedraza. You mean Pedraza.
Same shit, man. Yeah, I was thinking of
Damn.
Gary Antoine for a minute, but yeah, same shit. Anyways, I'm out. Ness, peace.
All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, I need you to smash the thumbs up. Let me turn on this design. I ain't even turn it on, bro. I'm telling you. Is JoJo in the ring? It's only 6 on the west, so he ain't even in the ring. It's only 6 over there. Let's see. JoJo Diaz Perez. Yeah, that shit. They ain't in the ring. Who this? This is Tador. Okay. Eric Tador. And I believe, ain't Tador coming off a loss? Poor kid. But anyway, let me get to Leo. What up?
What up, Ness? Hey, Ness, who's that dumbass talking about we need to get Canelo out of boxing? He's cherry picking. How the hell you cherry pick champions and not former champions, guys that are holding belts? How the fuck do you cherry pick guys with belts? That's crazy, dude. Tell this kid to watch boxing, man, and stop getting off the goddamn sites and stop going to them Canelo hating goddamn podcast, man. What the hell he's talking about? That guy's crazy. He's worried about the man's ring walk. Hey, Canelo puts people. He knocks people out and leaves people looking like they're holding their fucking face together with tape in the post fucking fight interviews, man. It's crazy, man. How the hell you gonna say Canelo's boring and he ain't got no place in boxing? The man's the face of boxing. I mean, that kid retarded or what, Ness?
Everyone's entitled to an opinion, Leo.
Man, opinion, man. Shit, fuck. That's crazy, man. But you're gonna champion guys that fight once a year. Canelo fight 2-3 times a year. That's crazy, man. You got guys that fight once every 2 years, and people talking about like they're the best. It don't make no goddamn sense, man. These guys need to start watching boxing. They need to start leaving their feelings at the door and stop caring about if you're Mexican, black, or anything, man. You watch the fighter fight. Don't worry about what color he is. I'm out, then.
Leo, salute. Appreciate the counter, my friend. Tyrant counter, what up? I just turned my JoJo stream on. Let's see what's up with the zone.
Yo, what's good, Ness?
What up, champ?
Hey, shouts out to Jay Benitez, man. Yeah, man. Your boy Fats, man. He was tripping, man. Like Canelo a disgrace. Canelo cherry picking. Canelo needs to get out of boxing. Like people must forgot Canelo low key single handedly was carrying the sport of boxing after Floyd has gone. Let's not forget Canelo was the number one fighter in the sport. Let's not forget, all of a sudden, everybody want to fight each other after Canelo lost to Bivol. Everybody want to run with the name of the face of boxing. Once Canelo lost to Bivol, that's when everybody wanted to fight each other now to prove, oh, I'm the new face of boxing. Like, how many nemesis has Canelo fought in his career, Ness?
Too many to count.
At least, come on, man.
At
That's
least
what I'm
4 or
saying, man. Like
5. At least 4 or 5,
come on,
depending who
man.
you
Come
talking
on,
to.
man. What other fighter in this day and age has done that? Like, let's be real. Canelo is behind Floyd as fought or beat as many champions. Like Floyd at 24, Canelo's like at 21. Like, are you serious? If it wasn't for Canelo, the sport wouldn't be where it's at right now since Floyd had left. And you talking about interests. Billy Joe Sanders, when he fought Billy Joe, Canelo entrance was fire. It was so crazy that he even took longer than expected. Look at Ryder entrance when he was in Mexico, arguably the biggest, craziest entrance we've seen in sports right now. And in the last couple years, I can't even name a bigger entrance than that. So, dude talking about Canelo is a disgrace. He cherry picking, needs to get out of the sport. Canelo is cemented. Canelo is a legend. He's an icon. He's an idol. Like, he doesn't need to give us anything else. But he's that much great of a fighter that we're still begging Canelo for certain fights. But you want to say, oh, Canelo is a disgrace to boxing. Like, come on, man. We got to make it make sense. But we want Canelo to fight Benavidez, to fight Charlo, to fight Crawford, to fight Munguia, to go up and fight Bivol again. Oh, possibly fight Benavidez. Oh, maybe Usyk. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? It's just pure hate out of some people, and you just see it. Like, I understand that you say, okay, well, Canelo not fighting this guy or fighting that guy. But when you say Canelo is a disgrace and needs to get out of the sport of boxing, you not a boxing fan, bro. You a hater, a pure hater. Because anybody that say, oh, Canelo's not good for the sport, need to be out. Like, come on, man. The dude put in his dues. The dude put in his work. When you ask any other, like, when you interview Frank Sanchez and all these other guys, and you ask about Canelo, they even said Canelo earned his spot in the sport. Canelo is up there where Floyd is at. So if you want to say Canelo's a disgrace to boxing, you got to say Floyd is a disgrace to boxing as well. Because Floyd ushered this new era in. So you got to say that as well with Floyd. But, that's just my call, Chan. We got to just stop hating Canelo for doing what Canelo's been doing that other fighters has done before him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Canelo said he still has 5 years left in his career. He's still at the top of his game. Some people say, he's deterring at the back end. Okay, that's cool. But he's still.
That's the bell. Unbiased Brim.
Hello.
We hear you.
What's up, Ness? One of the hardest working men in boxing. How you doing this evening, champ?
Oh, man. Blessed. Happy to have you.
Indeed. I appreciate you having me, man. Shout out to Leo and the last caller, man. The Canelo hating. I'm not a gigantic champion for Canelo, but I respect what he's done. But it's multifaceted. Heavy is the crown, Much is expected of you as the crown. But people who hate Benavidez, I feel like they underrate him, and people who clamor for Benavidez, they overrate him. He's somewhere right in the middle. But people not keeping the same energy. You know, Samson over marinated the fight with Plant. It should have happened when they both had the belt. Then he had the interview on Pro Box, I think it was today, where he said that he wouldn't fight Morrell until they both champions. But everybody screaming Canelo ducking Benavidez, but then Benavidez manager does certain things that's very similar to what they accuse Canelo of, but no one keeps the same energy. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. And the more and more I get deeper and deeper and read and get into context of boxing, I understand that it's a political game. You're going to get a lot of double talk, and that's from the fighters to promotional companies and everybody. So I think everybody got to stay pat and see what happens. The one fight that I don't want to see is Charlo. I just have no interest in it because I didn't think Charlo could beat Canelo when he was at his best, and he damn sure couldn't beat him now. So please leave them all out of it. Any other fight I'm cool with, even though I wasn't necessarily happy with a Munguia fight. Munguia showed us something in the last fight. So I'm cool with that fight, even though he said he's not fighting the Mexican. So, you know, they say, based on the landscape, you'd think it'd be Benavidez or Crawford. But then, you know, you hear other reports that, you know, that Benavidez Pop said they haven't heard anything from Canelo. And this is, you know, him talking to somebody that I know that I frequent in regards to the YouTube boxing world. So we don't know what's really going on. I personally think it's going to be Crawford in May because I think this. If he's going to fight Crawford, why would he give Crawford a chance to get acclimated fighting at a higher weight and just take advantage of that? Because Crawford has a certain skill set that can be dangerous, and letting him get prepared for it, you know, can even be more dangerous. So why not have the most advantages you can possibly have and fight the guy when he's not comfortable being at a higher weight? And, you know, seeing Crawford sparring a super middleweight, it can make you think about it. That could be happening, but he's done that before, so I kind of take it as a grain of salt. But in a sense, I'm kind of just waiting to see what transpires and what plays out. And I just want to say shout out to Oshaki Foster, by the way. I'm looking forward to him getting a late stoppage because Nova burns out at the end. So Oshaki Foster, man, we really need to start championing some of these other fighters. The Sugar Barrosos, Oshaki Fosters, those are guys we should be championing. These guys are solid fighters, and I appreciate them. And I appreciate you, Ness, for your time.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. Thanks for calling in. I don't know, man. Can Oshaki get the knockout? I know he did what he did, but like, he hasn't been a puncher. Like that was a come from behind knockout that like he doesn't normally get. And Nova, you know, I mean, at least Robisi is a puncher, but let's see. Yo, Tador about to lose again is looking like. I'm just kind of glancing in. Who's this? Trey, you gotta unmute.
Yo,
Yo.
Ness, you can hear me?
Yeah.
My bad. I have my I'm doing my dishes real quick. Hey man, I wanna see either Munguia or my guy Bub, but other than that, I'm really starting to lose interest in that Benavidez fight, man. It's like damn near long gone, and I'm tired of us us as fans. Like even though I'm a boxer, I'm a fan still at the other sport. I'm tired of us having to wait for so long for shit to happen, like 5 years, or we gotta wait 3 years, or he gotta win this. And man, people tired of that shit. We just want to see fights happen and fights be made. And I hope that me and my generation will be able to change that shit in the future. But right now, as we speak, man, let's go with Munguia. We haven't talked about Munguia, or let's go with Crawford. You feel me? I mean, I don't know what else Canelo is gonna do. I don't know what else he got. You know, what other fight can be made for Canelo? You know, besides the rematch with Bivol or New, you know, or I don't know. I'm kind of over the Canelo shit anyway. I want to see what Osaki gonna do with Nova. I'm definitely pumped up to see old boy too. But man, other than that, shout out TBV, man. Thanks for everything that y'all doing. Shout out the callers. Shout out everybody, man, and hope everybody have a blessed Friday. I'm out. Peace.
Appreciate you, champ. And we got keep it moving $2. Laughing my ass off, Ness. Bring back Brooklyn petition. Clipboard emoji. Doo-doo. Don't know what the fuck. Oh, Brooklyn. That stripper from Vegas. Okay, yeah. She has blown up since then. Like, I mean, not that she wasn't big already, but like she's even bigger. So I don't know. That might be an issue. But Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch me on the next one. You already know. Mañana in the morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Arrivederci.